Yeah.
You like my new set, Chris?
Your new what?
My new set.
Your new set?
My
Your
new
new
digs.
oculars?
Yeah, I can't see anything.
Can't see shit over
Yeah,
there.
no, I'm blind.
I'm going to have to edit that out. It's within the first minute. Welcome to the podcast. Hope everybody had a great week.
Where's it at? There it is.
Is that the one you were trying to hit?
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 11.
I can't see dick in these things.
The big one. Well, I mean, they're meant to be for like a solar eclipse, so I mean, that kind of makes sense why.
Well, when you bend over, there'll be an eclipse.
Oh, yeah? You going to show me your hole?
I said you.
Welcome, everybody. Hopefully you didn't burn your retinas out, at the beginning of the week with the big solar eclipse. The sun didn't explode, so, we're still here. The world didn't end.
Remember,
like
you're
everybody
not
thought
supposed to stare at it for more than 3 minutes.
I heard you're not supposed to look at it, like, at all without, like, some kind of protection.
Well, clearly, but even with the protection, you're still not supposed to look at it for more than 3 minutes.
Well, then what's the point? You mean to tell me that little piece of whatever, that little flimsy piece
It's
of
like
shit.
A welder's helmet. You know how tinted that is?
Yeah, I think I'd rather have a welder's helmet.
I don't know about that one.
Welcome, everybody. Like I said, hopefully you didn't burn your retinas out. Hopefully you can see us just fine. If not, you can hear us just fine. Hopefully, anyways.
You know, there was a search, like, after the eclipse, people, I guess, searched if their eyes would be damaged from looking at the
Yeah, because people are
eclipse.
dumb. Like, when you hear, don't fucking look at it, you still have people who are like, I'm going to go look at it.
I'm not going to lie, I looked at it without the glasses on.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah.
How long did you look at it for?
It was too bright.
Did you look at it in, like, totality, or?
Oh, no, I just looked at the sun.
I tried taking a picture of it, but yeah.
It was at like 8 o'clock in the morning. The eclipse hadn't even started. I was just looking at the sun.
Yeah.
Just straight into it.
Sun bright, if you didn't know.
Shocking news alert. You heard it here first.
Sun
is
do
bright.
be bright. So, Chris, before we jump into the wrestling, I have a question. Like, what was your favorite school lunch?
My favorite school lunch.
Yeah.
I'd have to say those rectangular
I know this
pizzas.
was like really back in the day because you're like really old, but like
The fuck is that supposed to be? Just because I graduated from high school almost 15 years ago.
Oh, shoot.
I had to think about it.
Yeah.
It'd be 14 years ago this year
Yeah?
is when I graduated. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. And what was your favorite lunch?
Those little rectangular pizzas. Do you remember those?
The ones with the stuffed crust?
See, he went to a different school than us, so
Y'all
he
didn't have like the
those.
rectangular pizzas?
No, we had stuffed crust pizza.
I mean, we did too.
Yeah, and that pizza wasn't even good.
We did too,
No,
but
that-
like the stuffed crust pizza was like on the bougie days when the school was like, you know what, we gonna spend a
Oh,
little extra on
Yeah, I
y'all,
forgot you
know?
lived in like the Dust Bowl.
I'm from the Podunk, man. I'm from way the fuck out there.
But
you, know what I'm
you
saying?
had beef fingers, right?
beef fingers.
Yeah.
And you're talking about my school sounding poor? That sounds fucking terrible. The fuck are beef fingers?
I didn't eat them. But I mean, my school had a salad bar.
Let's
So-
go ahead and salad bar.
Salad bar was fun. Yeah, taco salad day, that was nice. Chicken sandwich day with fries and a cheese cup. The liquid cheese.
Mashed potatoes.
See, that's bougie. Y'all bougie as hell.
And they also
Liquid
had
cheese cup. Get the fuck out of here.
They also had an iced tea bar thing too, so you can go get sweet tea.
Yeah, no, I don't
Bougie.
remember that. Oh
Y'all-
wait,
y'all
no, I do
bougie.
remember that. Yeah. What do you mean we're bougie?
Bougie.
Do you know there are schools that have like
We had
way better
dirt
lunches?
as a side for our lunch.
Dirt? I believe it. You look like a dirt eater. What was your favorite milk?
Chocolate milk. Duh.
Yeah, I see
the
why.
only right
I see
answer.
why I'm your friend then.
I'm not touching that one. Anyways, so not only was the solar eclipse, the solar
Dang.
eclipse.
He got
It's
equipped.
gonna be that kind of episode. Not only was the solar eclipse this week, but WrestleMania was this past weekend, and it was a big one. You could say the biggest one.
You think so?
I absolutely
out
think
of
so.
all the
I
WrestleManias
think
you've seen? Yeah.
At least
same.
in the past 5 or 6 years, absolutely. This one was definitely the best wrestling,
Well,
in
I
my
mean,
personal opinion.
COVID did play a big part
Well,
in
yeah, but
some of that, so
I mean, even when they came back from COVID and they got back in front of a live crowd, The past couple WrestleManias have just been, ugh. They've been okay. Last year was the most okayest one, but this one was the best. This one slapped, in my personal opinion. We're gonna give you like a match by match. I'm not gonna go too hard into it with like the deep dives, but I would at least like for us to review each match
The highlight reel.
Yeah, give a highlight reel.
That's real.
I'll give my review. You give your review, what you thought of the match, and so on and so forth. So you good with that? You good? You down?
I don't remember things.
Well, I'm gonna remind you.
Yeah.
I talk too damn much on this show, anyways. So
Welcome to Chris's podcast.
So, anyways, I got my notes here. Yeah, I've got notes.
Wow.
It's that kind of
The only
episode.
time he'll ever have notes.
Probably. So, night one, we kick it off strong and hard with...
I'm always strong and hard.
Yeah, you are. You're showing it now with them guns out with that bold T-shirt you're wearing. See, I went with a wrestling shirt.
I did too.
I offered to give him a wrestling shirt, but he said it looked... He said it looked like a nightgown on him, and I said it would just add to the aesthetic. I think that'd be fucking hilarious.
I'm smaller than Chris.
Yeah, I'm a large man.
Yeah, I look like
boy.
a superhero with that cape on.
So, anyways, night one, we're gonna kick it off large and in charge.
And I definitely wouldn't have underwear on under.
First match. I hope you wouldn't. First match is Rhea versus Becky for Rhea's Raw Women's Championship. So they started out.
Did you think she was gonna lose it? Did you hope that she?
That one
lost
was interesting for me because I like both of those women.
Mhm.
I am high on mommy
like,
right now. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah, you mommy lover.
Mommy's always on top.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I know.
But she's been killing it since she's been champion. She's been killing it since she's been in WWE. Period. She's always been great. Becky, always been great. She's one of the goats. She is the man.
Yeah, she has a book. If you didn't know, she has a book.
Yeah, and that was funny because she came. JT, one of the guys that was over here, he said because like her outfit that she wore
Was
for the
the
night, it had like lines from the book like on her outfit, but it made her look like a Budweiser can, which I thought was pretty funny. But
yeah, I bet
so we
you take
start
a
off-
drink of that.
I mean, a lot of people would.
Close your ears. Close your ears.
I mean, I did marry a redhead, so.
Her hair's orange.
Shut up. So, we started off strong with the entrances. The entrances were dope. Becky came out first. She was promoting her book. She had like a big graphic of her book, and she like walked through it. Thought that was pretty dope.
She should have walked through and handed her books out. Oh, Chris, we're gonna have to get you a better mic.
Technical difficulties.
Find the hole.
Shut up.
You always have this problem?
I usually don't have that problem.
No.
I'm usually good at finding the hole. Anyways, so, yeah, Becky came out. There was a big graphic of the book. She, like, walked through it. I thought that was dope. You said she should hand out copies
Yeah,
of
she
the
should
book.
have handed out
That would have made it
copies,
funnier. But Rhea's entrance was really cool because they had, which I don't really care for motionless in white. That's just me. But I thought it was really cool that they
Is it
had
because
her.
they're motionless or is it because they're
Don't go
motionless?
there. Don't. Okay. No, I've never really cared for their music. It's just, it's kind of just okay to me.
Yeah, why don't you care for their music?
I don't know. It just doesn't
It's
hit
because
me.
they're motionless. All right, keep going.
Anyways.
Is it your Dakota Fanning?
No, I
thing?
mean it's just their music. It doesn't sound like. I get why people like them. Don't get me wrong. It's just
Not your cup
not
of tea.
my thing. Yeah.
He doesn't drink a cup of tea.
I drink gallons of tea. I'm a tea drinker. I love tea. So, anyways, Motionless in White was live singing her theme song, which I thought was fucking sick, because that took me back to like the old WrestleManias, like late '90s, 2000s, where they had
Late
live
90s.
music.
You remember that?
Sometimes.
Well, I mean, you're kind of old, so.
I remember it
makes sense.
sometimes when the dementia's not,
Oh,
fucking with me.
oh. I need to talk to you after this.
So, they were singing hers, and it was really cool because Motionless in White is actually Rhea's favorite band, apparently. And
did
like
not know
she was
that.
getting into it. She was singing along with him. It was
Yeah.
all around.
Mhm.
That was just fucking. It was fucking cool to see. So
The book lady should have won.
you think Becky should have won?
Yeah.
So spoiler alert.
Nerds always win.
Rhea won. Overall, the match was really good. I enjoyed it. It was a good starter main event. It was a good, get the crowd pumped up with the live music, and it was just an all around good. It was a good match. Also, come to find out, so Rhea retained. Come to find out, Becky was wrestling with 102 fever and strep throat, and she still put on like a that good of a match.
Yeah, she's gonna get her, Rhea sick.
It would have been some shit if
Maybe
she
she
came down in
shouldn't
like a
have handed
mask
out
or
books.
something.
Yeah. Just passing all that strep around. You get strep. You get strep.
So, how do you want to rate him? Do you want to rate him like out of 5, out of 10? What?
I want to rate him 1 to 1,000. Yeah.
Be reasonable here.
Okay. Reasonable 1 to 1,000,000.
I'm gonna throw these magnets at you.
I was wondering why you were holding those.
5 or 10?
I'll go 5. That's probably
go 5?
more
Okay.
reasonable. If
I
that's
would
what you're
say
looking for.
that's a solid. That was like a solid 4 out of 5. I would say
A solid 4 out of 5.
What
Yeah,
would
I
you
could
give
agree.
it?
I could agree with that. Yeah.
You good with that?
Yeah.
Okay. It's even cooler knowing that she was wrestling in those conditions.
I feel like she should have handed over the title though.
So yeah, you were all about like the no champion should hold any title
no.
ever.
Big event.
No one should
switch.
have a title.
It's like musical chairs.
Okay, but that is one of only 2 titles that didn't change hands.
Yeah,
out
but
of
they
all the
should
titles.
have all changed hands.
Why? Because then if they do that,
we
then
already know why
everybody's
they
gonna know
didn't
what's gonna
change
happen.
hands because they're the ones bringing them the money.
Well, I mean that, and they got to keep some kind of people guessing.
Yeah,
I mean,
I guess.
that one was really a toss up for me. I didn't know who was gonna win. Because
I thought she was gonna lose.
Becky's been killing it. She's got momentum on her side, and she had a really good story with this, with the whole.
Yeah, and Becky has
she
a
was doing
book.
it for her daughter. Well, yeah, she also has a book.
Nerds always win.
But shut the fuck. Anyways, moving on. Next was the 6-pack ladder match for the tag titles.
The ladder match. I love ladder
Such
matches.
a good match.
The ladder match
love ladder
was so
matches.
fucking fun. So it was the
I feel like
champions.
when they fall though, they shouldn't fall so like easily. Easily, Jesus Christ, I couldn't get that out.
What do you mean they shouldn't fall?
Like
so
when they're
easily?
falling off, like when they were pushing the ladder to the side, they were just, no, I want you to fall.
You want people to just straight up die.
Exactly.
Like-
I want some gladiators. I want blood.
You want Darby Allin. You need
Coliseum.
to watch Darby Allin in AEW.
Yeah,
I sent
exactly.
you that clip of him
Fall through
jumping
that
through the
table?
glass.
Yeah.
Through the glass?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Glass, yeah.
Huh. God, if you haven't, go check that out. That's gnarly. So it was Judgment Day who were the undisputed tag titles. So it was 4 belts among 2 dudes. So it's the Raw tag titles and the SmackDown tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
And I had a feeling going into this that they were going to split the titles because they've been unified for over a year or 2. I think they've been unified for a while. So I had a feeling they were going to split them because they kept saying first off they had them hanging, each pair hanging on 2 separate hooks. So like it was pretty obvious.
Right, yeah.
We're going to split these titles.
Exactly.
And they said that the match continued until both pairs of titles came down. They were very specific and wanted to make sure everybody knew that's how this match was working, right? So it was kind of like I just had a gut feeling that they were going to split them, and they eventually did. But it was Judgment Day was the champions. It was them, New Catch Republic, New Day, A-Town, Down Under is what they're calling themselves, Austin Theory and Grayson Waller.
Mm-hmm.
Who else am I missing? Awesome Truth. And there's one team I'm forgetting. Who am I forgetting?
Who are you
Did you say?
forgetting?
Read 'em again?
DIY. That's who it was.
Yeah.
DIY. That's who it was. Yeah.
Oh, do it yourself.
Yeah, do it yourself.
Yeah.
So first off, it's fantastic because R-Truth has he's had
great.
this. Yeah, R-Truth.
he's so
R-Truth
great.
is fan-fucking-tastic. He's probably the best thing on Raw right now. I love him so much. because he's just like he knows he's a comedy act,
Yeah.
but he does it so great.
Well.
Oh, it's so good.
Well.
So he had a thing a while back when he thought he was a part of Judgment Day, where he was calling DIY, which is Johnny Gargano and Tommaso Ciampa. He was calling them D-Generation X because he's a little confused. You know? So they just went full into it, and DIY came out dressed as D-Generation X. Yeah, Shawn Michaels and Trips. Oh, it was so good, so good, so fantastic. So a lot of good spots in that match. It went all in all, because the thing with ladder matches and like those gimmicky kind of matches, they are unfortunately have a lot more opportunities to go wrong.
Yeah.
For something to go wrong.
Like when
you
that
know,
ladder
stuff
high
almost went
risk.
wrong.
Yeah, like when that ladder.
Hold on. Yeah, that's what I was gonna
The
say.
leg broke.
But that was the only thing like that actually went wrong in that match. So like towards the end, Damien was gonna climb on the ladder, and like the leg of it had been kind of bent, like to where it couldn't probably support his whole weight. And the refs were like calling to him like, "Hey, don't climb on the ladder. Get a different ladder. Get a different ladder." And you could tell he was like pissed because it was. Oh God, my foot's asleep. He was getting pissed because it was kind of fucking with the flow of the match.
Yeah.
And he tried to climb it still, and that leg
He was
about
like, "No,
gave out.
I'm still going for it."
Yeah.
And then the Miz jumped on it.
Yeah, and it like buckled in.
Yeah.
I thought that was fixing to end so poorly. Thankfully, nobody got nothing bad happened. But
Yeah, and they
So
got
first-
that ladder out of there.
yeah, the Miz. I think it was the Miz got Damien off of it, and then
Yeah.
he threw the ladder out
Yeah.
and got another ladder. But so A-Town Down Under won the SmackDown titles, and then they immediately got yeeted out of the ring. And then they just kind of hung around after a while. They didn't really do a whole lot else. The Johnny Gargano spot where he like leaped over the rope and DDT'd, I think it was Pete Dunne, through the table on the outside. That was cool. That you remember when he like jumped over the rope and DDT'd the guy through the table on the outside?
Yeah.
That was a great spot. And then, of course, after Judgment Day and all that was dealt with, Awesome Truth ended up getting the Raw Tag titles.
Mm-hmm.
So, like we said, they ended up getting split. All in all, it was a great
Definitely
match.
a
That was
five
such a
for me.
fun match.
And you're missing with R-Truth his tag.
Yeah, R-Truth.
Yeah, no, that was actually pretty fun.
For anybody who doesn't know how wrestling works, in a 6-pack ladder match, it's 6 teams. All like it's not like your traditional tag match where you have to be in the corner,
Right, yeah.
tag your partner in, and then you can come in. Right? It's everybody's legal at all times. But R-Truth was standing in the corner as Miz is getting his ass beat, holding his hand out like he's ready for a hot
like,
tag.
tag me in.
And they actually did it. He got a hot tag in a 6-pack ladder match. That it was just it was such a good fun time. I enjoyed it. I'd say it's a 4.5 for me.
No, that was a pretty good match. I'll give that a 5.
You give it a
And
5.
No one
Okay.
got hurt.
That's
too.
understandable. Yeah,
it's
I agree.
a 5 for me.
I'm just gonna give it a 4.5 just because it was a fun match. So new champs. We got Awesome Truth for Raw and A-Town Down Under for SmackDown.
Wonderful.
Next on the list, we have LWO versus Legado del Fantasma. So that was
with
LWO,
Rey Mysterio,
Yeah, it was Rey Mysterio and Andrade versus
his son, and
Santos Escobar and Dominic.
Yep.
Yeah. So they were building like the week before that.
Building
they were
Legos.
building to this. They were building Legos, exactly. I mean, if you take the AD out of Legado, you have Lego. So you're not wrong.
Yeah, let go.
So they were building for this because Dominic, I guess, still has daddy issues for whatever reason. But it recruited Santos to help fight Rey, and it was gonna be Dragon Lee. Like they did a whole, they were building up for the match, and Rey announced like the newest member of LWO, Dragon Lee, and then the crowd was kind of like, Oh. And that's nothing against Dragon Lee. Dragon Lee's fantastic in the ring. He is very good. He's a great luchador, but he's not there yet.
He's not a dragon yet?
I wouldn't say he's reached dragon status yet,
okay,
no.
Okay. He's just Lee for now.
Yeah, we'll just leave him at Lee for right now. But, so he's just, because he hasn't been up from NXT very long, and he did great in NXT. That's why he's on the main roster.
It's the way to
now.
go.
Yep. Fucking knew you were gonna do that. But the crowd they got to warm up to him. You know, he's fresh, he's new. They're not there with him yet.
He's green.
Plus, everybody was expecting Ray, to say Andrade. That's who they were really hoping for. Because, Andrade just came back from AEW and big pop whenever he showed up at the Rumble. So everybody was kind of hoping it was going to be him. Well, come to find out, I think it was the Friday before WrestleMania, Dragon Lee got ambushed by Legado del Fantasma, and they had this whole in-ring segment. I'm not going to go through all of it, but Andrade basically ended up siding with Ray. So now it was Ray and Andrade versus Legado. Also, I was kind of thinking this one was going to be a little more of a... Because, everybody's riding the high. Like, they hit that high with the ladder match. Got to see some people do some crazy shit, go through tables.
Yeah,
I was expecting this one to be more of a lull match.
Yeah, this one was kind of dry for me,
off. Was it dry for you?
Yeah, it was
I enjoyed it.
Dry for me.
I thought it was a pretty good match. I still had fun during it. They had some good spots. The weird thing for me, and this has kind of been a weird thing over the Twitterverse, was the sponsorship of this match.
It's called X.
Whatever. I'm still calling it Twitter because saying X sounds like I'm talking about some kind of, one of those kind of websites.
That's 2 more X's.
But the weird thing was the advertisement for this match and another match we'll get to here shortly. Because, of course, everybody in this match is of Hispanic heritage.
Right, yeah.
And it was just a little weird that this was sponsored by, like, some kind of Spanish Minute Maid lemonade. It was like Minute Maid Aguas Frescas or something like that. Spanish Maid, I guess. I don't know. But everybody on Twitter, which, I kind of get it. It is a little weird, but everybody on Twitter was having a field day with, like...
It's called X.
Whatever you want to call it. So that was kind of... and I'm more weirded out by the ad coming up here later.
Chris, you might confuse the new generation. They're going to be like, whoa, what's Twitter?
I'm not here for the new generation. I'm not here for the Zoomers.
Zoom!
Or whatever they're calling themselves now.
I wonder if they were the ones that were looking at the sun.
Probably. More than likely. It was probably some dumb challenge on the internet like there always is. How long can you stare at a solar eclipse and lose your eyesight forever?
Gotta love TikTok.
Gotta love it. Anyways. So you didn't really enjoy this match?
It was pretty dry to me.
What would you give it?
Maybe a 3.
3?
Yeah.
See, I was thinking like 3.5. About average. It was, it was okay. It was, like I said, everybody was kind of riding that high from the ladder match. I think it was still a really fun match, though. It was good. They had some good spots in it. Andrade, the size of that man and the things that he can do, because he's a big motherfucker. He is a luchador,
Yeah.
He has that luchador style of wrestling.
Well,
but
you do like mommy, so I guess you can call him daddy, right?
Listen. Don't fucking come at me like that, all right? And it would be Poppy, all right?
Yeah, I'm gonna have to give you that one. That was a good
There you
one.
go. All right, I'll take it. So, anyways, moving on. LWO won. Like I said, it was a pretty decent match, pretty average. Next one was Oos versus Oos.
Oh,
Jimmy versus Jay.
Not gonna lie, that match was bad.
Yeet versus no yeet.
Yeet versus no yeet. You team yeet or no yeet?
Oh, yeet all day.
Yeet all day. That's what we like. You were no yeet, weren't you?
Of course she is. She's a villain.
bloodline. Whatever.
Acknowledge me.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
glad we
yeah.
don't have to acknowledge him anymore.
We ain't gotta acknowledge him no more. Not no more. We want Cody. Anyways,
Cody won. Yeah, something like that.
something like that. So, yeah, this match didn't do it for me.
Yeah,
It did not.
This
and
match was pretty bad.
It's really disappointing because
If I'm gonna fight my brother, I'm gonna we finna
it
bust
didn't
out
feel
everything.
and I mean it could have been due to time constraints. I don't know, but if you were gonna cut down a match, I feel like that was not the one to cut down.
I wouldn't even say
You know
cut
what I
down
mean?
because it just wasn't good. It didn't
Well,
have
my
anything to
thing-
do with time.
Well, like to me, it didn't feel like a bad match. It just didn't feel like there was really a match there. You know what I'm saying?
It was.
It didn't have a lot
dry.
to it. Exactly.
It was very dry.
It was bland.
Yeah.
Like it didn't have near. There was like they had good storytelling. I will say that.
I'm only gonna give it a 2 because there was 2 of them. But anyways, continue.
It's valid, I guess. I mean, fair. But like because it was good storytelling. Because the moment where Jimmy was like on his knees and like begging, Jay
yeah,
to like
the
help him
storytelling
up
was fine. Yeah, sure.
whatever. But as far as like a match, it just didn't have a lot to it.
Nah.
It just, I felt like it needed more time, and that's why I brought up the time constraint. Because I feel like they should have been like it should have been because it's two twins at that fact. Going through this like emotional match of like and they had a killer fucking like promo video before the match that was awesome. It was talking about them growing up and being my brother's keeper.
Yeah, they were back to back. Yeah,
and it was like it was a badass promo. I loved it, and then it just felt like the match was just like I was expecting these two dudes to be beating the shit out of each other until neither one of them could stand.
Knockout, drag out.
Yeah, like a knockout, drag out match, and it wasn't.
2 dudes.
You can go to the hub to find that kind of match somewhere, I'm sure. But it just wasn't that. So yeah, I think I'm with you. I'm gonna give it a 2.5. It was very
You just like giving half.
2.5. Only the only reason it's getting that is because it had somewhat good storytelling, like amidst the match.
Oh, you like stories, don't you?
J1.
I can read you a book if that's what you like. Like a good story, Chris.
So what? You just want to see? If you want to just see these dudes beat the shit out of each other, just go watch UFC. I'm here for the storyline.
Okay, yeah. UFC is good too.
Yeah. But UFC doesn't have story like wrestling has stories. Wrestling tells a story. Anyways,
UFC,
I'm not
it's real.
getting in the whole psychology of wrestling with you. Because then this will be like a 3-hour podcast, and I'm trying to get through this as quickly as possible.
Let me grab my pillow. I'm about to lean my chair back and go to sleep.
Yep. J1. So yeah, you're giving it a 2. I'm giving it a 2.5.
Fat 2. It wasn't moist enough for me.
Wasn't moist enough. Didn't have that moisture in it. All right. Next was the other weird ad that I was talking about. The Big 3, which is Jade Cargill, Naomi, and Bianca Belair.
Right. Oh yeah.
Versus Damage Control, which is
this
Dakota
was
Kai, Asuka, and Kairi Sane. Holy shit, I almost forgot her name. Yeah, so this was another one that a lot of people were on X. Since you're
Good
gonna
on you,
since you're gonna
Chris.
have a fit about it,
Chris, everyone.
you Zoomer. This was another one everybody was having a fit about because it was sponsored by Wingstop. And everybody was like, so you mean to tell me you have a team of all 3 black women and you're going to have fried chicken literally advertised everywhere around the ring and tell me that's not a little...
It's a little wild.
Little yikes,
That's
little
a little
wild.
wild. Yeah.
Okay. Everybody was saying that like because I don't know if you've ever watched like clips from the Attitude Era of WWE. They got racy. All right.
Really?
I'm talking like some of the shit they did. Triple H did blackface at one point. Just saying.
Really?
Yeah.
I know someone else who did blackface.
That was the thing. Shut up. Not me. Let me clarify that. But I know who he's talking about. Shut your mouth. Anyways. So, everybody was like making a joke like, "Oh, the Attitude Era is back, I see," because getting a little touchy with the race stuff, Anyways, that was a really good match, though. I really enjoyed that match. It was more of a showcase, and I think the big three is what they were calling themselves the night before and the night of, Naomi, Jade, and Bianca. That team is money.
Yes.
That team is
Yes, sir.
fantastic.
That is
Bianca is a multi-time champ already. Naomi is a veteran. You know, she's been in WWE for a while. She's a former champ. And you've got Jade, who is, you know, one of the hottest free agents was before she signed with WWE. And she's going nowhere but up.
Yeah.
That is money right there. Which I'm sure eventually they're going to, if they do it, if they bill Bianca and Jade in a match against each other, that's printing money right there.
Oh,
anyways.
absolutely.
Two big old strong
I'm
independent
pretty sure
black
it'll
women
happen.
going at it.
It definitely will happen.
Brother, that's going to sell so good.
Which one did Derek like?
He likes both of them, but he's more for Bianca.
Yeah.
Bianca is like his. Listen, he was texting me during that match. I thought I was going to have somebody check on him. This man, he was about to pass out from horny.
Sponsored by Blue Chew.
I wish. Anyways. But that was a really good match. That was a banger. It was your standard, 3v3 tag match, women's tag match. The big three won. Love to see it. Jade shine. She broke out as a debut. This is her first ever WrestleMania. She killed it. I'm gonna give that one a solid 4.
Yeah,
I'm gonna give that one a 4.
I agree.
That was a banger. Sami Zayn versus Gunther. Oh, dude, this shit hits so well for me because I am probably one of Sami's biggest advocates. I think that man should be.
You like a little underdog action?
He should have a world title right now. No doubt in my mind.
A world title.
A world title. This was for the Intercontinental title, which is.
Why do you think he needs a world title?
Is a minor title in WWE.
You think he needs to be the head of the table?
I mean, honestly, like, I knew he wasn't going to be the one to dethrone Roman, but if he did, I would have ate that shit up so hard, dude.
Chris, I can go to the bathroom right now.
No. I would have absolutely loved it. But this match, this was great because I'm a sucker for an underdog story.
No, you're just a sucker in general.
That too. I'm a sucker in general. Gunther is the longest reigning Intercontinental Champion in history.
How many days?
666 days.
Jeez.
Yeah, weirdly enough, whatever. But they go into this match, and they've been building Sami for this for a while. I thought it was going to be Chad Gable that was going to be the one to take Gunther out.
Give me an extra day. I don't like those
I'm
numbers.
happy it was Sami.
Let me go one more day.
Let me wrestle him on night 2.
Let me get to 700.
I honestly thought Chad Gable was going to be the one to take Gunther out, and that would have been cool too because that's another underdog story. But Sami Zayn taking him out after everything he's been through was just, it was so good. And it was such good. And this was what I wanted from Jimmy and Jay. It was a match, but it also had really good storytelling too. But it was a knockout, drag-out fight between Sami and Gunther.
Dude, all of us in this house got so loud at that match.
Yeah, we did. Because, the whole thing was, the whole story was Sami didn't think he could do it. He didn't believe in himself because he lost in his hometown to Roman back in Elimination Chamber of last year.
Right, yeah.
Right? And so it like they had this whole vignette of his story so far.
Yeah,
and
after he lost to him, it just had him roaming around.
You suck.
So, anyways, and before, and I love. It's gonna sound weird. I don't care. I love a good bromance. Okay, I love two dudes just being best friends.
We
and
need
not
one of
afraid
those
to show
buttons.
It, all right,
We need one of those buttons. You know what button I'm talking about?
that one.
No. No.
Oh.
Starts with a G.
Oh, I don't know if we can say that.
Yeah.
But anyways, I can't help it. I just love two dudes being best friends, man. You got a problem with that?
Oh no.
You got a problem?
Friends?
You're my best friend. We're two dudes being best friends right now. Anyways, so Sammy and Kevin Owens are in real life best friends too. They've literally
like
their
that.
whole wrestling journey from the Indies to WWE. They've done it all together.
Chris likes friendship.
I love friendship. Who doesn't like friendship?
Strong friendship.
Strong male friendship.
Very strong.
Specifically men. But so before Sammy goes out, he's walking. They show him walking backstage, and he's like pumping himself up, getting hyped. And then he gets to Gorilla, which is like the back behind the curtain where they first come out.
Gorilla? They got gorillas there?
It's called Gorilla. That's what it's called. I don't know why it's called Gorilla, but
Oh.
I'll have to look that up. Me being the wrestling nerd that I am, I should know that. Anyways,
Nerd.
so before he gets to Gorilla, Kevin is standing there waiting for him. And
Kevin Gates at the gate.
Shut up. Kevin just looks at him and goes, like pumps him up. Is like, you got this. Go make this happen.
Get out of this gorilla.
Like slaps him in the face, but like in a good way, like a bro way. Like, go fucking get him, and and then he goes out there and he's just amped up. Oh, it's so good. Then Gunther starts having his way with him.
Oh,
and
shoot.
his wife is out there. Yeah, I mean that's what it was looking like. I mean, and Gunther started like tormenting his wife, beating the shit out of Sammy right in front of her, and then the man pulled it off. He snuck it in and got him. It was so good. Did you look that up?
Well, I'm looking up now, but can I say the amount of scenes that they had during a WrestleMania, and then the Raw after, like, I don't know, production
quality was great.
Yes.
That is one thing I will say too. WrestleMania, it felt new. Like everything about it felt new.
Well,
it
that's
was
because
like,
it's under different management.
That's what I'm saying. Like it really was, and they've hit on it since WrestleMania, but it's like the beginning of the Triple H era, and I'm fucking here for it.
Yeah.
If they keep doing what they're doing, I'm here for it. Because I'm also going to talk a little bit after. I'm just a little bit of Raw after Mania was fucking great.
That sounds raw.
It was Raw. And I went in Raw. So Sammy versus Gunther, five stars, easy, 5 out of 5. That match was fantastic.
I'm a 4.5.
Okay, that's understandable, but I loved it. God, it was such good shit. Sammy won, new Intercontinental Champion, dethroning the longest reigning ever, most dominant Intercontinental Champion in history. It was sick. Such a good underdog.
Glad you fixed
story.
champion that time because you stumbled.
Shut up. Why you got to bring attention to it, asshole?
So it's called Gorilla because of Gorilla Monsoon.
See, I had a feeling it was because of Gorilla Monsoon.
Guerrilla
because
warfare.
He would be the stopwatch, and he would be the one to tell you, all right, go.
Yeah.
So.
Okay. Yeah, I had a feeling it was because of Gorilla Monsoon
You said
because he
go
played
weird.
such a.
Go. It's weird. You just say go.
You're weird.
I know.
Go.
Ah!
So, anyways, on to the main event of night 1. Big old Papa Rock and Roman
Yeah.
versus Seth and
He
Cody.
came out with a flower on his arm. Seth?
Oh, Seth. I was like, flower. Yeah, the fucking robe that he was wearing.
Yeah.
It was just like right here the whole time. Like that man couldn't. He couldn't turn his face right. But I mean, that's just Seth doing Seth things.
Yeah. Being Seth.
So the stipulation was it was a tag match. It was supposed to be a normal tag match between these
Supposed
two.
to be.
And whoever, if Cody and Seth won, then on night 2 for the main event for Cody versus Roman for the title, it was going to be a straight up one-on-one match, no interference, nothing like that. If Rock and Roman won, the match was
Bloodline
now
rules.
Bloodline rules. Such good storytelling in this match too.
This one had
it was
a really great build.
So good. It had great build.
They had them. The crowd was separated. They didn't know who they were.
It was let's go Cody, or whatever. Cody sucks. It was split pretty evenly. The crowd was raucous, which I mean, it sounded to us like they were raucous, but I'm kind of diverting a little bit here. Of course, it's in Philadelphia, which is a little north of here.
The Eagles.
And like it was, what did they say? It was like 51 degrees with like a negative 14 wind chill.
It was cold.
Like so yeah, it was cold. And like everybody was talking about how on X or different social media.
Chris, there you go.
Shut your mouth. On different social medias, they were talking about how the crowd sucked. Like because they acted like they looked like they were bored and this, that, and the other. They were fucking cold, dude.
Yeah, they were shivering.
And I mean, I thought the crowd sounded fine.
Yeah, they did.
I mean, I thought they were okay. What?
One of the ones I saw, like, he was like, I get it that it looked that way, but he was like, however, we had SmackDown the night before, Hall of Fame immediately
WrestleMania
after.
is like a whole weekend. Like it's, I'm sure they're probably even by night one, by the main event, they're fucking tired.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we went to SummerSlam. And that was only,
that was in the summer.
It was in the summer.
And boy, was that a slam.
Good job. I'm proud of you.
I'll be here all week.
Good on you for remembering that. But I mean, and that was only we were there 3-4 hours, something like that. And I mean, just by that,
I feel like we were there a lot longer
tired.
than that.
By the end of the night, I was fucking
that's because the sun was beaming us.
No, but he said that because a lot of those people went to SmackDown,
Hall of Fame.
They said that they were in Hall of Fame until 2 a.m.
Yeah, because Hall of Fame happened the night before, right after SmackDown.
Of course, getting up early, trying to get their seats, doing all the meet and greet and everything else. So people,
it's a whole fucking event.
Did not get no sleep.
Yeah,
Chris loves meat.
So I mean, I kind of get it. Like if the crowd didn't seem like they were as on, I do love meat.
As on?
Meat man's meat.
Meat man's meat. He loves dog meat too.
Don't do that. But anyways, so the build for this match, back to the match, the build for it was fantastic. They start with a stare off in the middle of the ring. The refs trying to get them back to their corners, and you could just feel the tension, like the drama and shit. Oh, it's so good. So it started off a normal match, couple tags here and there, building it up, building the tension, the drama, the more stare downs, and then it quickly derailed and it just turned into a fucking fight.
Yeah.
And I love the character that The Rock is playing, this final boss character.
The massive heel he is.
As, like, I'm everybody's boss, including the referee.
Yeah, when he came out of the ring and the ref started counting, he was like, "You count, you're fired."
he told that man to his face, "You count me out, you're fucking fired."
Yeah.
And like him just doing whatever he can, and the ref sold it really good too, because like you could see the ref, like the look in his face, like he's having to do this shit because his boss is literally telling him he will fire him.
He might as well just stand there and collect a paycheck.
Yeah, so you could see he's like. He's playing that emotional conflict as well. It was all around. Oh, it was so good. A lot of fucky shit. Of course,
dude, when he hit him in the back with that
belt, yeah, man.
That was real.
Yeah.
That hurt.
I think the MVP for honestly all of WrestleMania, in my opinion, and I'll get into more as to why when we continue with night 2. I think the MVP of WrestleMania is Seth freaking Rollins. Because, A, he's doing all this shit injured. He's been injured for months.
Oh, yeah, that's right.
Because his back. I don't know if you noticed, but he had his back taped up.
Yeah, I saw that,
on night 2. He's been injured for a while.
I got some duct tape. I wonder if that'll help me with my back.
Maybe. Let's try it.
Yeah.
You probably get a little sweaty, but it'll be all right.
Sweaty?
Sweat builds character.
Sweat does build character.
You can do it with a little more salt. You'll be fine.
Gross.
Gross. But no, just like everything he did in both main events, in his match on night 2, like you could just tell he was in this shit. Like he got his ass absolutely whooped in this main event, and he's still, because I was thinking, all right, when is the shoe gonna drop, and when is WWE gonna hit me with the typical WWE shit, and we're gonna have Seth turn on Cody. That's what I was waiting for, like this whole pay-per-view. Because I was gonna be pissed.
I didn't feel that. I didn't feel like that.
That's what I was
worried.
worried. You haven't watched as long as I have, though, and I need to put that mindset out because again, we're in a new era.
Yeah.
Shit's gonna be different, and I love that. Oh, ow! I hit myself with the mic. I love that. Got a little excited there.
Blue Chew.
Blue Chew. I tried to chew the blue. But yeah, the whole time I'm thinking Seth's gonna turn on him. Seth's gonna turn on him. And the moment that Roman was going to hit Cody with the spear, and Seth runs in, shoves him out of the way, and Roman speared The Rock, I popped. I popped so hard.
Yeah, no, I was there.
Oh, dude, that shit was just so good. Long story short, a lot of fucky shit happened. Bloodline wins, so the match for night 2 is now Bloodline rules. Fun fact, too, I learned today that match, which... this is probably only going to be a fun fact for me, but that match was actually directed by Bobby Roode, who is one of my favorite wrestlers from TNA, who's now with WWE.
Yeah,
I
saw that.
Fun fact.
I saw that.
Yeah, fun fact. Wasn't it fun?
No.
5 out of 5 for me for the main event.
I'm a 5 as well.
Excellent storytelling, great match. All around good character development. You look like you have something to say.
Yeah, so Seth Rollins is going to be out due to his knee. He has suffered a torn MCL and a partially torn meniscus.
Man, this man is always broken.
It's always his fucking knees, too. I thought for sure it was going to be his back.
Well, did you notice, too, in the
match,
they kept hitting his knee.
Yeah. I mean, I just figured they were selling that for kayfabe, though. Storyline wise, I just figured that's what they were doing for that. But
okay.
Fabe? Anyways, so all around night 1, I think as a whole, I would give it a solid 4 out of 5. As a whole, all of the matches combined.
As a whole, yeah. I'd give it a 4.
Night 2, we start off with after Seth getting his ass very heavily whooped the night before, he starts off with his title match against Drew McIntyre.
Title match with... You're supposed to finish it, Chris.
With Drew What was I supposed to say?
All right, never mind. That was a flop.
Anyways, Seth comes out. They have, of course, they do just like night 1. They have badass entrances. Drew comes out to like a whole... fucking bagpipe band.
Yeah, that was cool.
You know, it was fucking sick. He came out there with that. Seth came out with some parade marching band or something.
Seth doing Seth things. They were all dressed fucking wild. Like a parade.
Yeah, it was cool though. They marched around the ring. It was a fun little couple entrances. Now the story with Drew, okay. Back when COVID first hit, in 2020, that year's WrestleMania, Drew was scheduled to win the world title against Goldberg, and that was going to be his huge WrestleMania moment.
Man, he really drew me a picture.
He got Drew a picture of how disappointed he was when COVID happened, and you know
that'd be drawn.
They had to do WrestleMania in the Performance Center in an empty ass room.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So he kind of had his big WrestleMania moment taken from him. That's been the whole story. He's trying to rewrite that in front of a live crowd. Yada yada yada.
Mm-hmm.
All around good match. Drew. I was really gonna be pissed because Drew hits his finisher literally as soon as the bell rings.
I know.
And they start counting, and I was gonna be so fucking mad if that was the case, if they were gonna let it happen, but they didn't.
If that happened, that you would have known something was wrong. Something happened that shouldn't have happened.
Something happened to Seth. He's not cleared to fight. Something, But thankfully,
everyone would have been mad.
Thankfully, it was a good match. Seth sold him being hurt, which I'm sure he was actually really fucking hurt.
Yeah, he was probably hurt. Yeah.
But for storyline purposes, it was great. It was So good.
Oh no!
Excuse me.
Heart
Yep.
attack.
This is the big one. So, Drew wins. Well, the whole match, CM Punk was on commentary, and they were building a storyline with Drew and CM Punk. He's been talking a lot of shit on CM Punk on social media, talking about he ruined his, because CM Punk's out with a tricep injury. He's had surgery. He should be back sometime in like June or July, is what they're saying. But you know, Drew was he's the one who injured him storyline wise, and so they've got like this beef going on
At the
right?
Rumble, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was when the injury happened, was at the Rumble. So they go on, and CM Punk is out there at commentary. Drew's wife, and I'm assuming his brother-in-law or something, was ringside, right? And
Oh yeah, he took that selfie.
yeah, he goes out there after he won the title. He goes out there and he's celebrating with him. Well, then he notices CM Punk at the table, and he goes over there and starts fucking with Punk. Didn't have to. Could have just celebrated with his wife, went on to the back, enjoyed his title reign, you know, been fine. He goes and fucks with CM Punk.
This is what they tell you not to play with your food.
Say what you will about CM Punk, but he's not going to take that shit lying down, and he didn't. CM Punk took that cast off his arm, bashed him over the fucking head.
Yeah.
Soon as he does that, all of a sudden Damian Priest music hit. And what I had a feeling was going to happen before this, Damian Priest ended up cashing his Money in the Bank contract on Drew. Comes out, he shoves it in the ref's face, and I'm cashing in now. So, you know, Samantha announces it, which was great on her part, because Samantha had no idea, the ring announcer, she had no idea this was going on. So, like,
is that why she sounded like?
Yeah,
like
she
the way she
sounded like confused. Yeah, that was genuine. She said on her social media, she tells people, like the production, she doesn't want to know the outcomes, so she can get that genuine
and
emotion
she got it,
out of it. And she did, yeah. She sounded like, what the fuck? You know? So, of course, she announces that he cashed in. He rolls him in the ring, hits the South of Heaven, and 1, 2, 3. Drew McIntyre held that title for all of like 3 minutes.
Yeah. You know what the South of Heaven actually is?
Earth. Technically.
Yeah. He's right.
What were you going to say?
Hell.
I think that's the idea they're going with. But all in all, the match overall, I'd give it a solid 3.5 for an opener. It was good. It wasn't the best, but it was pretty good.
I can match that.
It was a good opener. I think it was very heavily. I mean, the cash in did its job. Was the swerve, the big, oh my god, he cashed in? Because you know, I was speculating at first, what if Damian cashes in on Roman and Cody?
Yeah.
But then I got to thinking about it, like the way everybody's situated on the different brands right now, which the draft is coming up at the end of this month, where people, you know, swap from Raw to SmackDown and all that. Just the way it's set up now, it made more sense for Damian to cash in on Seth and Drew, and of course, lo and behold, that's what fucking happened. I did not expect the CM Punk angle to play a part in that.
Yeah,
but
he helped him.
That was a good.
You like how he was sitting on the announcer table after it all happened? Yeah,
clapping for Damian. So new title holder or new champion, Damian Priest. Congrats to him. I think he. So I kind of have let me skirt a little bit here. I have a thing with Money in the Bank cash-ins. They feel very transitional champions. Like they're not really as meaningful as like winning it fair and square in like a scheduled match.
Well, that's the point.
Yeah, but I'm hoping that they actually have Damian hold it for a little bit. I'm not saying, you know, I know you hate long title reigns. I'm not saying he's going to be another Roman because God.
666 days. Come on now.
See, yeah, even that maybe, but at least
It's
match.
a long time.
At least match Seth. Seth held it for 316 days before he lost it. I could see Damian holding it for that long. I think that would be
less.
okay. Well, I mean, it's just under a year. I think that's a good strong.
I just
want
to know when
when you get over the year mark and you start reaching that 2-year mark, that's where it starts getting a little okay.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, when are they gonna? When is Rhea gonna lose her title?
How long is? Look up how long Rhea's had her title, if you don't mind. It's got to be because they released that title the same time they did Seth's title. I'm pretty sure, so it's got to be around the same time frame. But while you're looking that up, overall, yeah, match I'd give it a 3.5.
374.
Okay, so she's had it a little over a year. What do you say about the match?
I think I'm gonna have to give it a 3.5.
Okay, yeah. I mean, like I said, it was fun. It was a good builder, good start of the night. It was a good way to kick it off.
And the way he lost it is why you don't gloat.
Yeah, and that's what everybody's saying. Everybody on social media is saying, like, the theme of night 2 is obsessions and how they can, get you in the end. Because if he hadn't been obsessed with CM Punk, he'd still be champion right now.
Yeah, he could have just walked out.
He could have just walked on back there and, rolled on. Next up is the Final Testament versus what I am calling this team, Bobby and the Boys. Because I think
Bobby
that's funny.
and the Boys.
In a Philadelphia street fight. I thought this one was pretty good. They kind of had a flub towards the end of the match.
Yeah, when they were trying to put him on the table and the table collapsed underneath them.
Because of course the tables are rigged. I don't know if they're like pre-cut or whatever. But
I thought he didn't put the leg out all the way. I thought
that is part of it, but that's what made it fail, and that's why he went through it so easily. Why he fell? Past tense.
Whatever you said, it should have been followed.
Anyways, I'm not arguing grammar with you.
He doesn't words well right
but
now.
the rest of the match was good. I love the Final Testament, which is Karrion Kross and AOP. AOP, those dudes are fucking huge. They are just mountains of men. The guy that was with Karrion Kross, they are just massive dudes, scary looking dudes.
So is Bobby Lashley.
Bobby Lashley is also a big motherfucker.
Man, he's jacked.
Yeah, he is. But it was a fun match. It's kind of, I think they were trying to match that same energy as like the ladder match the night before.
Mm-hmm. Kind
Kind of keep the crowd, get them elevated just a little bit more. I don't know if it quite did as well. I think I enjoyed the ladder match more.
Yeah, no,
than
the ladder
one.
match was definitely. But everyone loves ladder matches.
Yeah, the ladder matches, you also had more people involved in it because it was 12 people as opposed to just 6 people.
But ladders in general.
But B-Fab and Scarlett, I thought they killed it in the street fight.
Yeah, when they came in to help out. Yeah,
and B-Fab put Scarlett through the table outside. I thought that was pretty sick. That was dope. Love to see it. Love to see them badass bitches going through tables and shit. Love it.
You would.
Shut up. Anyways. But yeah, and Tez, I fucking love. I cannot hype Montez Ford up enough.
Mm-hmm.
The way he fucking runs and jumps over the fucking turnbuckle to the outside, insane to me. Absolutely insane.
He got those hops, Chris.
It's fucking wild, dude.
Have you ever played hopscotch?
No, I'm too fat.
All right,
I can't hop. Anyways, I would give this one a solid 3.5. I would say it was fun. Not quite as good
only
as the
because
ladder
of the
match.
flop. The flop was, but I mean, you can only blame the material.
Can't really blame. Hold that accountable against the boys. But I just to me it was one of those transitional matches. Not really. No real stakes on the line. It was just a grudge match, Yeah. So 3.5.
I'm with you.
You with that?
Yeah.
Okay. Next up is also I would like to state I really hope they just start calling themselves Bobby and the Boys.
Bobby and the Boys.
I think it just sounds funny. It's Bobby Lashley and the Street Profits, but LA Knight versus AJ Styles. I was pleased with this match.
Yeah, it was alright, man.
I was really, really, really happy with this one. AJ came out to a new entrance. Thought that was sick. Of course, LA Knight came out. When Jackie brought this up, she was like, well, why does AJ get, big pyro and all that? And LA Knight just comes out to his music like always. And I was
he drove up in a Slim Jim car.
Yeah, it was the Slim Jim promotion. And also, like, I'm a huge LA Knight fan. Do not get me wrong. Yeah.
You're a huge AJ fan, too.
I love them both. They're both fantastic wrestlers. But to me, LA Knight, he's getting there, but he's not quite on that AJ Styles level yet. Just in terms of, like, notoriety and, you know, just experience in general. Because AJ's been wrestling for a while.
So I've seen.
He has been wrestling since, like, early 2000s. So he's got, like, 20 years experience, if not before then. So, you know, LA Knight, like I said, he's getting there, and he's already fantastic as he is. But
yeah, he has that gorilla chest.
Yeah, that dude's fucking massive.
Yeah.
I just thought it was hilarious that they gave the Slim Jim car to that sweet little old lady.
She's gonna be putting the pedal to the metal.
They gave this woman a brand new GTR printed with Slim Jim all over.
She's absolutely selling that car.
Absolutely. There's no way she's keeping that son of a bitch. All in all, though, this is a great. I think this is what a grudge match should be. You know, just two dudes just beating the shit out of each other. Two dudes who don't like each other, just whooping the piss out of each other.
Yeah.
It was fantastic. I'd give it a 4. I'd give it a solid 4.
Yeah, when he pulled that padding off that floor.
Ooh. Yeah, son. You know that shit hurt.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah. Solid 4
Solid
for me.
4.
Solid 4. Okay. AJ won. No. LA Knight won that, by the way. I don't know if I said it, but Bobby Lashley and the boys won the street fight as well.
The boys.
The boys. Next up, your favorite, Logan Paul, the current United States champion, versus Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. What? You love Logan Paul.
Huh? Since when?
Him. You love him.
Oh, yeah,
He's
okay.
your favorite.
Yeah, he drove up in your favorite truck, too.
Ugh. Oh, speaking of which, I forgot to mention on the Philadelphia street fight, Snoop Dogg was on commentary.
Yeah.
That whole match.
Yeah.
And I don't know how I feel about it.
Why?
Because, like, he was funny, but after a while, I was just kind of like, Snoop, just shut the fuck up. Like, stop talking. You know what I'm saying? Like, I did think it was funny when Snoop was coming out and Michael Cole, Pat McAfee, and Corey Graves were all talking about getting high with him.
What's the story behind his gold belt?
It's something that WWE has. Like, they just give those gold belts to, like, different celebrities. To,
like legit gold belts?
I'm pretty sure. I mean, they got the fucking money for it. It's a multi-billion-dollar company. I mean, they got the money for it. But yeah,
sense,
just to promote WWE. I mean, really. But
to the fans, the
yeah,
celebrity fans.
just the thought of Michael Cole getting high with Snoop Dogg is fucking crazy to me.
If it actually happened.
I wouldn't be surprised if it didn't. They've laxed up on their weed policy quite a bit.
Really?
Yeah, since it's kind of
you know, he offered him that gin and
pretty
juice
close
though.
to legal now. So anyways, back to the current match: Logan, KO, and Randy Orton. I enjoyed this match, and I hate to say that because Logan Paul. I didn't enjoy it because of Logan Paul, but I enjoyed it because I loved seeing. First off, the entrances were fantastic, except for Logan's. Logan pulls up in this ugly ass, big ass Prime truck, and
with the Prime bottle.
Yeah,
cannon.
the fucking Prime bottle can. Get the fuck out of here. Fuck him. Don't care about him. Of course, he's got somebody in a Prime bottle.
Yeah.
Mascot. You know, wonder who that could be. Whatever. But then KO comes out. And he gets a fucking golf cart.
And it has KO on it.
First off, he has another moment with Sammy because they're best friends.
Yeah.
And Sammy's holding the Intercontinental title. He won the night before. And he just slaps KO in the chest and he says, now it's your turn. And then they kind of have like a little bro moment. And then he goes out, gets a fucking golf cart, and starts driving it down to the ring, which I think is fantastic. Well, then Randy comes out. And Kevin, Owen, and Randy, they've kind of had this like friendship, this blossoming friendship over the past couple weeks because their equal hatred for Logan Paul. Yeah. So Kevin Owens throws it in reverse, backs all the way up, looks at Randy, is like, "Come on, I'll give you a ride. Come on, we'll go." And Randy's just kind of looking around. He's like, "All right, fuck it." So he's like standing on the back. and he's like he's riding a fucking chariot, and they take off.
He floors it, and you can just see Randy Orton almost falls off.
He says at one point, he's like, "Whoa, what?" Oh, it's such good shit. So the match starts, and it's a triple threat match, which in triple threat there's no disqualifications, no countouts.
Right, yeah.
Randy Orton and Kevin Owens, and this is one of the main reasons why I enjoyed this match. For the first, 10, 15 minutes of the match, they just whoop the piss. Both of them, even though they're technically opponents as well, just whoop the piss out of Logan Paul.
Yeah, he jumps out of the ring in the beginning. It's like, yeah, you guys
fight. And then they just chase after him.
Yeah.
Oh, it's such good shit. My favorite part was the announcer table spot where they're just taking turns backdropping him on the announce table. And Randy, which is a good 1.5 feet taller than Kevin Owens, is like, I can get him higher because I'm taller. That's how it works. Oh, it was just such good shit. And you could that's one of my favorite things about this Randy Orton run is you can just tell he's just having fun with it now. Yeah. Like, he's not taking it seriously at all.
He's accomplished what he had to accomplish.
Yeah, he's done what the fuck he wants to do. He's just having fun now. And I love it. I absolutely adore him. Well, then they get in the ring, and what is it? They hit him with like a stunner and an RKO, Logan Paul. And they both go to pin him at the same time. And then they kind of look at each other and was like, do we do this now? Yeah. We'll do it. We'll do it later. And then KO goes to mess with Logan, and Randy tries to RKO him, and KO shoves him off, and he just has that disappointed dad look, just. And Randy kind of turns around and is like, "My bad." Yeah. And then they're just like, "All right, we're just gonna do it now," and they just start beating the piss out of each other. Well, then. They start fighting. All three of them are now fighting each other. It's no longer gang up on Logan Paul time. The Prime Bottle, the guy in the mascot. Who the fuck is it?
I Show Meat.
What? I know that's what everybody's calling him.
No, he's I Show Speed. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know who this motherfucker is. I'm apparently out of the loop on this guy. But apparently he's some shitbag YouTuber. Basically annoying as hell.
Yeah.
Logan Paul's friends.
He barks at Randy Orton.
Yeah. This little fucking, he's 2 feet shorter than this motherfucker, and he's barking. It sounds like a pissed off chihuahua. He doesn't even sound threatening. And he shoves Orton, and Orton just Spartan kicks him in the chest. Hard. That motherfucker slid. And then, of course, he drags the Prime Bottle off of him. Gets him on the announce table. Randy Orton then barks at him and RKO's him. Yep. Oh, it was so good. That one was probably the funnest match in my opinion, out of both nights.
Definitely a 4 from me.
Solid 4. Of course, they get back in the ring. Some fuckery happens. Logan Paul ends up squeaking it out. Of course, unfortunately. Squeak. That's the only reason it would be a 5. If Logan Paul lost for me.
I wanted him to.
We're going to give him a 4 because Logan Paul won. So, of course, he wins. He retains the title, unfortunately. Then we go on to EO. Well, do you want to talk about, before we move on from that, what you showed me earlier about Speed?
Oh, how he said that wrestling is real and his neck was hurting and his... Yeah, it knocked the wind out of him.
He was backstage in a neck brace,
and he had a massive headache.
He had a fucking killer headache, and his neck was fucked up. And I think they said he had to go to the hospital for a day or something.
Randy Orton RKO'd him hard.
Yeah, he bounced.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. Oh, I love it. I love seeing shitbag people getting their comeuppance. Anyways, so next we got the SmackDown Women's Champion, Bayley and Io Sky.
Bayleaf. We love Bayleaf.
I'm all for this face turn for Bayley because, of course, she broke away from Damage Control, got stabbed in the back by her friends, and, of course, she won the Royal Rumble, challenged Io Sky. I was pulling for Bayley, which it's weird because I really love Io Sky. because she's just really good in the ring. But she's
with the poison mist.
That's Asuka.
Oh,
Asuka's
okay,
the one that
yeah,
does
yeah,
that.
yeah.
But Io Sky's got the really pretty moonsault.
Yeah, yeah.
But
she ended up hitting that, didn't she? The
yeah,
moonsault?
she did it at one point.
Okay.
I love Io Sky, I really do, but just she's been kind of like what I said earlier about like the Money in the Bank transitional champion, you know, just kind of mediocre champion at best. She was kind of that, unfortunately, because she won on a cash in. I think it was on Bianca, like way back when. She's held it for not quite a year, but not far from it. But she hasn't done anything with it really since she won it. She's had like a couple of okay defenses, but just been just kind of like, you don't want your top women's champion exactly just kind of mid card floating. It's a weird look, and I just feel like that's all she's been doing really. She hasn't really been doing a whole lot with it other than this whole damage control story, which now is completed because in this match Bayley won. They were trying to sell like a kayfabe knee injury for Bayley throughout the whole match, which Bayley ended up overcoming and won. It was okay. I feel like it kind of killed the crowd a little bit before the main event, unfortunately.
Yeah.
I feel like if they would have swapped the Bayley and Io and the Logan Paul, like the United States, I feel like if they would have swapped those,
it would have been better.
That would have felt a little better to me, but it was just weird because you had the hype from the United States title match to that, and it just kind of flopped for me. I give it probably a 2.5. Honestly, pretty average.
Yeah, it's a 3 for me.
Yeah, it was okay. Like, it was a good match. It just, I don't know. They haven't been given the Bayley
didn't fit
Io
that hype of WrestleMania.
Yeah. That could have been for like a minor.
That's why I'm like, it's a 3. It's a 3.
Yeah. But it's also on WWE too, because they haven't really been selling, and a lot of people have voiced this online. They haven't been selling the Bayley Io story very much. They've only had like a couple of segments here and there.
Nah, they were working that Cody story.
Yeah, I mean,
that was their big seller.
Unfortunately, that one did kind of fall by the wayside due to that. But anyways, 2.5. You give it a 3. I think those are pretty fair. New champ, Bayley won, of course. Then on to the big show.
He doesn't wrestle for
Reigns.
WWE anymore.
No, he doesn't. Proud of you for knowing that. Roman Reigns versus Cody Rhodes. The big one.
Yeah.
It was so good.
Yeah.
It was so good. Cody got a special entrance. He came in with Brandy, his lovely wife. You jumped up real quick. What?
Yeah. So, little fun fact, his mask, I don't know if you were going to talk about that, was made by the same person.
Give me a chance to talk about it.
Sorry,
Okay.
well, do you know about that?
But
were
you actually going to talk about it?
I was going to say he was wearing a mask. You didn't even give me a chance to say he was wearing a mask.
No, his mask that he was wearing was made by the same person that Bray Wyatt got to do his mask.
That's cool.
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
But yeah, Cody had this badass like skull mask with like a crown, and
it was all right.
Kind of looked like his logo a little bit. I thought it was dope. But yeah, I didn't know that was made by Bray Wyatt. That's cool. Or the guy who made Bray Wyatt.
I was about to say, he's back?
Yeah. We need to have a talk then, because something happened.
Necromancy.
Yeah, he had a special entrance, came down. Roman, he had a special entrance too. It was some choir, some Philadelphia choir was like singing his entrance music, which was really dope. Gave that, real tribal chief feel,
Gave him that ooh-ah.
The ooh-ah, yeah. Started out, of course, it honestly started a regular match, even though it's Bloodline rules. Started off, basic one-on-one. Then, of course, what was it? Jimmy got involved first. From the Bloodline, interfered. Started beating up Cody. Then Jay comes running down. He interfered, got Jimmy off his back. Solo came in at some point. And then the big one, holy shit.
John
Cena, the man himself, Mr. Invisible. Because, it was Roman and Solo hit him with the combo, the spear, and the spike. And what was it? Cody kicked out of that, and then Solo was gonna do something like drag Cody outside, and then all of a sudden you hear the doo 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 doo, you know?
Yeah.
And everybody popped. Everybody popped. That place blew up. John Cena comes running down, beats the shit out of Solo. He does have hair, hair transplant, but it's hair. I need to look at getting what he got back here. I'm starting to thin.
No, just cut your pubes off and tape them back there.
I'm gonna have a new look for next week's podcast.
Pubes?
Hopefully. No, not my pubes. I'm hopefully getting a haircut this weekend.
You getting a haircut?
Yeah, I'm gonna try to.
Wow.
I don't know.
It's kind of lame.
Whatever.
Cutting your hair is lame.
It's getting fucking annoying.
How so?
Yeah, or when I'm eating my hair most of the time.
Well, yeah, adds flavor.
No. Anyways, so John Cena comes out, evens the score between him and Solo. All of a sudden, The Rock's music hits. And he comes out looking like some kind of Elvis Presley cut out of a magazine.
He did.
With them bell bottoms he had on. Of course, he's got the Mama Rhodes weight belt that he's been, throwing around for the past couple weeks.
Been hitting Cody with.
Whooping the shit out of him,
brother.
Man.
Woo.
Absolutely beating the piss out of that man with that belt.
Even when they cut the camera, he was still
and that's what I love about what he's been doing, because you can tell he's into it with shit like that.
He likes beating people.
Yeah, Well, of course he comes down and he starts just whooping the piss out of backs John Cena off, starts whooping the shit out of Cody, and then all of a sudden, standing in the middle of the ring, you just hear that bong, the infamous bell of the Undertaker.
Yeah.
Lights go out. That place blew the fuck up. Lost their fucking mind. Oh wait, no. Did Seth come first and then the Undertaker? Was it Undertaker and then Seth?
Yeah, it was the Undertaker first.
Okay. No. Because Undertaker cleared out Rock.
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah,
Seth came first. Seth came first. You hear the Shield entrance music. This is when me and you lost our minds.
That's right. That's right.
Because us being us, we were thinking Jon Moxley from AEW, but I should have known that was a pipe dream. That's not going to happen anytime soon. Still, I for a minute though, for that split second, I was hopeful. I was like, let me see that bald motherfucker walking down them steps.
But
I was gonna lose my shit.
He came down wearing the Shield outfit, and I was like,
yes,
oh my
Seth
Lord.
came out. And I wish they would have.
The camera didn't show like what.
I wish they would have done better with the camera, exactly, because
we didn't get to see much.
Yeah, he literally. So he was wearing the Shield get up, the tactical vest and the pants and all that.
It looked like he was limping.
He was what?
It looked like he was limping.
Yeah, see, that's what I was gonna say. That's why I wish the camera work was better, because I saw one of the fans in the front row on the other side, the opposite side of where he came in, because he came in behind the camera guy. And all we saw was a split second of, The Rock was looking around for him in the crowd, and Seth came behind him. And Roman runs in, and he Superman punches Seth because Seth had a steel chair. He was fixing to hit The Rock. So Superman punches Seth, knocks him out. But a fan on the other side got footage of him trying to get in the ring, and you could see he's like, I don't know if that was his actual injury or if he was just selling it from, the match before.
Probably injured.
He was struggling to get in the ring.
He was probably injured.
Yeah, and it was kind of pitiful to watch, honestly. And that's why he's my MVP, dog, because he's coming to help his boy even though he's fucked up.
Yep.
And it makes me just want to cry because I love it so much. Bros being bros. I love it. We're here for the boys. Anyways, so Seth gets his ass knocked out, unfortunately. And then that was when Undertaker's music hit. And lights go out. He pops up right behind Rock. Rock's talking shit to an empty ramp. And then the slow turn, and then Undertaker there. And not his Undertaker get up. Undertaker there is Mark Calloway. He choke slams The Rock, and then the lights go out, and then they come back, and The Rock is apparently he had rolled outside of the ring. I saw it. Somebody got a video of it. He like rolled out really quick.
Yeah. Okay.
And he was like off in the corner somewhere. But of course, the Undertaker, he got out and, ran off. But it looked like he choke slammed The Rock to the Shadow Realm.
Yeah.
And I loved it. I was here for it. We popped. And so, with all that taken care of, Rody Codes.
Rody Codes.
Cody Rhodes gets up, hits the Roman with the Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. The end of the Roman Empire. Finally.
He no longer reigns.
After almost 4 years. What was it? 16. Yeah, 1,316 days. Yeah, we were looking at that earlier. It's kind of a coincidence because, Seth and Roman came in together as the Shield, right? Both of their title reigns ended last night. Seth ended at 316 days. Roman ended at 1,316 days. I thought that was kind of just like a cool little...
Did they do that on purpose, though?
Probably. Honestly. Which we found out... I'm sure they probably already had it scheduled for Seth to drop his title at Mania anyways. But he's going to be going away for a while because he's going to have surgery. Because obviously he's, what you said earlier, he's injured. So Cody wins, and the place loses their fucking mind. They absolutely go bonkers.
Bonkers? Who says that anymore?
Me, I'm old. It was cool seeing it because, we were looking, we were like, okay, hold on. There's still, 20 minutes left of the show. What's going to happen now? Somebody going to come out and, something, whatever.
A celebration?
But it was literally just a celebration. Cody's mom got in the ring. Of course, she got emotional, obviously, which made me almost emotional. I'm a crybaby. I don't care. I can say that. And people, CM Punk came out there. Sammy came out there. Jay was already out there.
Seth shook Cody's hand.
Yeah.
Wasn't Randy Orton out there? He came out there.
Orton came out there. Yeah. Kevin Owens came out there too. Just a bunch of people coming out there, celebrating with him. He cut a quick little promo. Brought out Bruce Pritchard, who's, one of the head guys in the back. Brought out Triple H, and this was when they first talked about, this being the new Triple H era or whatever. And it was cool to see, it was the most anti-WWE thing, and it was really cool to see. Because when you see someone win a main event like that, and there's 20 minutes left in the show, back in the old days, you're like, okay, some fuck shit's about to happen. And I'm about to be pissed. You know what I mean? But it was nice to see. That's what I was like. You can tell it's new. We're going new places because we got somebody else in charge. Mm-hmm. It just feels new. And WWE is fun again. For me, anyways. I can't speak for anybody else watching this because I know I'm the only wrestling nerd here. But
nerd.
For me, it's fun again. It just felt so cool.
I don't know if you mentioned about night 2. Stephanie McMahon came back.
And Steph came back out, which Stephanie's been out. I can put this away because I'm at the end of my notes now. But Steph stepped away, which is Vince McMahon's daughter.
Dun dun dun.
Which she was on the board, but when her dad started doing a lot of this fuck shit that her dad's been doing,
a lot of pooping,
a lot of type shit, she stepped away, and she was saying she wasn't gonna come back. Well, night 2, she came out and
hey guys, I'm
opened
back.
it up. I forgot all about that.
I forgot you guys pay well.
So yeah, it was just all in all WrestleMania. I think night 2 was better than night 1 in my opinion. I think I enjoyed night 2 more. Just because everything that happened in the main event, the Logan and KO and Randy match, I don't know. If I had to pick it, I'd pick night 2 for me. Your thoughts?
I don't know. Night 1's main event was pretty fire.
It was really good, but just that sweet payoff for me. I've been waiting for this shit for so long. It was just, it was so good. Not to keep talking wrestling. What you got something?
I was gonna ask y'all that question for y'all's homework.
Okay, well, we'll get into that in just a minute. Raw, I'm not going to dive into Raw, but Raw was fantastic. The night after Mania.
Absolutely.
That was a great
still
show.
have energy to do.
Yeah, it was still in
this.
Philadelphia. It was still the same fucking crowd. They just this time were in an inside arena, not outside. But I mean, they were still like I can't stress enough how different and how good it felt. It was a breath of fresh air. It is a new era. And also, speaking of the title belt, Cody's been teasing that he's going to bring this sexy, beautiful belt back, and I can't fucking wait.
Really?
Yes, this is my favorite.
How has he been teasing it, though?
He's just in interviews, he's been, hinting that he'd like to see a classic belt.
You missed this, but probably because it's shit. What was on the mat?
Oh, yeah, they had the stupid-ass Prime logo
Well, I
on
mean,
the fucking
they
mat.
had a Prime hydration station. So.
Unfortunately, not all changes are good changes, I think. I feel like that one's kind of an L. I think the mat.
It was on the turnbuckle. It was on the mat.
It's one thing to put it on the turnbuckle. I can forgive that because it's small enough where it can be kind of ignored.
Every time you make your opponent hit their head, they're drinking Prime.
And Logan said that at one point in the match.
Did he?
He was like, I think it was Randy. He was like mashing his head into the turnbuckle. And he's like, "Yeah, drink Prime, motherfucker," or some shit like that. It was so stupid, but
at least it would have been fun if it was just the turnbuckle, because it'd been like, well, he didn't say the whole mat. He just said it was going beyond the mat.
And see, I can forgive if it's just on the turnbuckles. I'm all right with that because they've done that before back in the Attitude Era. I think they've put like a little small promo on there or something. But I think the mat should be sacred. Keep the mat sacred. Put advertise because you already dude wipes and fucking everything else was already everywhere else around that fucking ring.
Yeah, it was already like messing up.
Yeah.
During the match.
But it's like I said, not all changes are good changes, but
here we are.
Here we are.
The new era.
And I'm here for it, dude. I'm fucking here for it.
Chris
really
is for
am.
Prime.
No, Triple H. I'm for Triple H.
Oh.
Running WWE.
Triple Prime.
Wrestling is fun again, and I love it. So, before we get into your question, Jackie brought up an interesting fact about Rhea Ripley
Who's that?
earlier. Rhea Ripley or Jackie?
Yeah, who the heck is that?
Rhea Ripley or Jackie?
Yeah, who the heck is that?
I'm asking you an either or.
Oh, who's Jackie?
She's right there.
Never heard of her.
You're letting strangers in your house?
Rude.
That's dangerous. So apparently my wife found out that Rhea Ripley has her nipples pierced because she talked about it on a podcast.
Not surprised.
So that brings me to a question. Yay or nay on the nipple piercing? You with it or against it?
I'm going to have to say I'm with regular nipples. Without them being pierced.
You like them untouched?
Yeah. They're already great. Why do you need to drive something through them?
You're right. They are. Nipples are awesome. They're great. But I just feel like it adds.
I feel like I could take 2 batteries and zap you with them.
You can. That's hot, is it not?
Zap you with them.
There's a category on there somewhere for that.
Let me go get my jumper cables.
I'm with the nipple piercings. I think that's hot.
Why?
I don't know. It's just, I don't know. It's dirty. I like it.
It's dirty.
Yeah.
I don't want to know about your
I think it's
sex
hot.
life.
I think
Oh,
it adds.
You think it adds?
I'm with it. Yeah.
Then tell your wife. Then don't tell me.
I have told her that.
We've talked about it. Trust me.
I don't want to know about it.
Well, then you fucking.
You asked me a question.
You brought her into this.
No, I didn't. I said tell your wife, not me. That's not bringing her into this.
We get so jumpy over there. Okay. Anyways, we're at almost an hour and a half. So the question that you brought up was, what would your entrance music be for like if you were a professional wrestler?
It would have to be something metal.
Something metal.
Yeah, definitely.
See, do you know "Welcome Home" by Coheed and Cambria?
Yes.
It would be the beginning portion of that, the light guitar, and then it goes into
Okay.
I feel like that's such a badass. That would be like so fucking cool.
Coming into metal music is just.
I mean, it's almost a given,
Yeah.
you know.
I'm surprised you're not with Sleep Token.
I mean, I don't know what Sleep Token song I would want to. That's a different vibe, you know. Like some of their songs are. I don't want to say they don't build hype, but that's what you want your entrance music to do.
Okay, so
is to hype up the
me
crowd.
starting out, it would have to be something like rockish, but then like if I go heel, definitely metal.
Yeah. See, yeah, I think if I was to start like if I was a babyface, it'd definitely be "Welcome Home" by Coheed and Cambria. But because I feel like I would be the shitbag heel who like would think he's cooler than everybody else, and I'd have some like dumb hip hop song or something like that. I don't know. Like try to come out like
Ew.
I don't know.
Yeah, you'd be.
I don't know what song exactly.
You'd be
for
a
that,
heel
but
with pierced nipples, wouldn't you?
probably. Yeah. And I'd have a shirt that just had my nipples cut
Oh,
out.
I hate it.
Just so you just see the piercing.
No. Don't wrestle me. I'm ripping them out.
What if I'm into that?
All right, and that's the podcast. No.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. Sorry for taking up so much of your time with more wrestling talk. If you're even still here watching this at an hour and a half later,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have fun because I gotta edit this tonight. But we will see you guys next week. Comment down below if you have entrance music that you would think it would be your entrance music. Let me know.
Got any grapes?
I'll read them. I don't know if I'll reply to them, but I'll read them.
Got any grapes?
We'll see you guys next week.